basically defiling what's pure.
Yep.
Rebellion against the natural way. All right, and that's the highest form of magic amongst these elites, man. And this is what's going on in the planet Earth. This time is worldwide. And this time you have the internet to promote it.
Yep.
All right. So at this time, look, you see that it was wicked. Go ahead.
Yeah, see this, but that's why you had the Pizzagate.
Right.
And all those things that come out. You got the Franklin cover-up story. If you put in the search engine on YouTube, the documentary CNN wanted to shut down, or was told to shut down, was the cover-up they had with the White House back in the Ronald Reagan administration with a nigga named Larry King that was bringing them little boys in for all them presidents, senators, and they shut it down. It made headline news, and then just like the Pizzagate, you don't hear about it no more.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah. But the angels know.
Yeah, the Lord got you. Right. And I was just saying that the whole thing with the homosexual thing is the bringing the pedophilia where they can marry a little child. That's the ultimate goal for them.
Yeah, it says, Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11, it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of man is fully set in them to do evil.
Yeah.
They think ain't nobody watching.
Yeah,
they always do shit when they think ain't nobody watching.
Right. They think they're going to get away with it, so they just continue to get more and more wicked, man. Meanwhile, we're here repenting, trying to do what's right, feeling bad when we go off. The whole world is just like, fuck it. Ain't no judgment. And that mind frame is recorded in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. Oh, the wicked mind frame that's on the earth, man. They think this is it. You know, they ain't going to ever be judged. They can just be wicked. Do as thou wilt.
Live life to the fullest.
Right.
What was that in Psalms? The Lord said, thou thought altogether I was as one of thou.
Right.
Because they got away with it. They think they're getting away with it so soon, but now the Lord's going to drop unexpectedly on you like bird shit.
Right. Let's get Zechariah, the 5th chapter.
Ruin your whole day.
Yeah. Yep.
Start at the top.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? Then I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Right. This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. And you see it. Bro, y'all see these videos that's popping over these chariots. I mean, brothers are seeing them for themselves, man. And you always got, when we do the videos, you always got some nigga, well, what if it's something the white man put out there? Jake don't have no faith, man. What if it's something the Lord put out there?
Yeah.
Don't the Lord control the so-called white man?
They worship the white man, though.
God damn.
They don't believe it unless the so-called white man said it.
Yeah.
And when the Lord said he would deceive them, right? But Matthew the 24th chapter said, if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect.
Yeah.
Now they got Project Bluebeam, they got holograms out there where they could put lights. Look at the movies. Some of the movies look real. They have that magic, but when the chariots come, we know according to the scriptures, when the Lord comes, you can't imitate that. It said when he come, all eyes shall see him. He's gonna come in a great, I call it grandfathership or fathership. It's gonna be in that Cadillac of all Cadillacs. Remember Jake like them big cars?
Yeah.
The Lord gonna come in there like that. Now look.
And that's what we need.
Right.
You know, the situation we're in, that is the only way that this man can be stopped is through something that miraculous, man.
Spiritual.
Yeah.
And this is what Christians are scared to proclaim. They're ashamed of this, what we're bringing out. They think it's crazy. Well, it's supposed to be crazy. But a pedophile ain't crazy? It's been that being normalized ain't crazy?
Yeah. But look at all the scriptures we're reading about this angelic force or this heavenly force watching the earth and then preparing a response for what's going on.
Right.
What type of response you think he's gonna make? It's not gonna just be, you know, a dude, you know, that had been studying how to be an assassin for 5 years in the woods doing backflips and then he gonna come take over the earth. No. The Most High's gonna send he ain't gonna meet us like a man.
Right, exactly.
Like the scripture says, man. We're reading all these in the New Testament, the Old Testament, and the Apocrypha about the Heavenly Father looking at the deeds of men, sending forth judgment. Good things for the righteous, bad things for the wicked.
Right. That's right.
That's what's being prepared.
Right.
But Christians don't believe that.
Right. Yeah.
I got a precept for y'all. This is Psalms 105:1. It said, "Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, YAHAWAH Shem Yahushai. Call upon his name, make known his deeds among the people."
That's right.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
You tell you, hey, look, you think Esau's grunting, non-shaving, non-washing his ass, come out there and get a hell of an Air Force? How much the Heavenly Father and the Son?
Exactly.
When you say James the 5th chapter, James 5:4, my brother can grab that real quick. He said that they cried unto the ears of the Lord.
Right, until they reached into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
Sabaoth, a great army.
I got a quick precept. Micah 1:3. For behold, the Lord cometh forth out of his place, and will come down and tread upon the high places of the earth, and the mountains shall be molten under him, and the valley shall be cleft as wax before the fire,
Man.
and as the waters that are poured down a steep place. You see? Hey man, when the Most High getting ready to make his move, it's gonna be
Epic.
on another level, man.
There's really no words, but epic is good.
Right.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. Who got that, James?
James.
That is that scripture. What was that scripture again?
That was Micah 1 and 3.
Man.
Because you called
James
James.
5:4.
Right.
James chapter 5 verse 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, cry.
Hold up. You know what that just hit? He said the laborers. Who's the laborer? Who built America?
Jake.
The so-called Negro. Guy was escaping on him, pouncing on him. You can't go to man's backyard and think you can follow him. So they brought in Jake who didn't know where it was at, so they had to sit there and build it up, right? Then eventually guys had come to it and got caught in the midst of it. But all the tribes over here busting their ass. Now what you got? ICE breaking in, sending Issachar back. And this land belongs to Issachar. So and then you look, it's so messed up. When you ain't got a job, you complain. Then when you got a job, you complain because they don't pay you shit. You said that defraud them. The word defraud means, a fraudulent thing. The IRS taking 30% already on your low income. The Lord said in Micah, He's gonna come against them that oppress the hireling of the wages oppress the wages of the hireling. Read that again.
It said, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, cry.
All 12 tribes have been robbed and oppressed by this man. Jeremiah 50:33. We was oppressed together in Babylon. We don't.
And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
The Lord of the great army. Different craftsmanship. The chariots come in all different shapes, sizes. Clean. The Lord said they're white like linen. Clean. Now Esau what do you think Esau got that? He trying to mimic the Most High. Esau's not clean. Come from the damn caves. Even now, only why their houses and everything is clean because they got Israelites in there taking care of it. Esau's filthy. Even in his cleanness, he's still filthy. Them crackers don't wash. The so-called Jews bathe in milk. They have sex with their wife with a sheet over them. They're filthy.
Always coughing.
Yeah, sick, germ.
Through.
And the Lord, when you think the Lord's gonna come back with them chariots, man? Then you got the USOs, the unidentified submerged objects, talking about how the chariots go and play in the waters. Man, you can't, man. Esau and these jakes don't have a clue. These unconscious niggas playing, go worship your other gods. That's why the Lord said in Jeremiah 11:14, say, pray not for this people, man. You ain't supposed to pray for these niggas. If you pray for them, pray like Jeremiah prayed for them. Jeremiah 18, then was that 19? Pray that the truth come upon them, and that their cries of their children cry, because they fear not the Lord and serve other gods.
That's right. That's right.
Want that back in Zechariah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this brother got some.
Zechariah 5:3. It says, Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith Yahawah of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
And it shall enter into the house of the thief, man.
It's obvious that somebody sent you.
Right. And that's why it says he's searching Jerusalem with candles.
It's an angel.
You know? So we being searched, the heathen being searched, Esau, everybody's being searched out right now. Being prepared for everybody to be judged according to their purpose. For their works. All right? And the angels are watching, man. That's why you see Esau preparing for the return, because he knows he needs to have particular defenses out in the heavens.
When you watch Independence Day, the new one the most recent one that came out, when you watch that movie, it shows you how the Earth pretty much they were building a whole defense system around the whole planet Earth, and as well on the moon, that will be able to stop an oncoming attack from, as they call it, the aliens. You see it actually happening today. They're trying to they built the 6th branch of military, the United Space Corps.
Right. We'll get Revelation 12.
It's Revelation 11 and 12. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. That's going to be the elect.
That's going to be the elect.
In that time of that hour, that same hour, that great earthquake, thermonuclear destruction. And this is where we're going to be, Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
Right. So we're going to get those new bodies, and then we're going to come back down as New Jerusalem and rule. You got it.
Hey, if you read the next verse.
The next verse, 21.
27, 21. There.
Punish their
Yeah.
It says, for before the Lord Yahawah cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth.
So where does he come out of his place? The heavens. Out of his realm, coming into this realm. In the chariots. To what?
And it says, for behold, the Lord Yahawah cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain.
Go on to the next one.
That was 27.
And that's why, nobody's bringing out the atrocity of slavery. The atrocities, all these so-called jail inmates, they found a mass grave of them, a Jake. Nobody's bringing that up. Nobody's bringing out how people are getting slaughtered every day. These so-called leaders, they paid off. They ain't worried about that. Finish that.
27 and 1, Isaiah, in the day of the Lord Yahawah, with his sore and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan.
What's a strong and great sword? Isaiah 34 and 5. That nuclear missile that shall be bathed in heaven and come upon Idumea, the people of his curse.
The piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent.
What it says in Revelation 20 and 2, that old serpent, that old dragon, that's one thing. The oldest secret society is called the Brotherhood of the Snake, aka the Dragon. Esau's oldest secret society. So they know that they're that old serpent. Another thing is too, when you look up what's that, Anton LaVey? The Church of Satan, when you see them with that the pentagram, you see it with Hebrew writings across. Look at those Hebrew writings. It's in the Hebrew is Leviathan, saying that they know that they're Leviathan, they're that crooked and piercing serpent. They know that.
Wow.
That's why. Look at it. Look up a pentagram. I wish we was, at post-production, put up a brother. If you put up the pentagram for the Church of Satan, it has in the Hebrew Leviathan, in the Hebrew Leviathan, because they know that the Lord is coming back to pierce them. And they'll put that, and they'll put that subliminal in a lot of their, like the who said you call that? The Hitler or the skinheads. They'll have the boat talking about when the Lord said He seen Satan coming down as lightning. They put certain things in there like that,
And he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. In that day sing ye unto her a vineyard of red wine.
Exactly. Who's in the sea? The people in the midst of all the people. Revelation the 17th chapter.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
He controls all of the people.
Yep.
And he's basically that crooked serpent, symbolically as Leviathan, man. What does it call him in Revelation 12? We'll get that. The great dragon. It's all symbolic. Oh, you got something?
Hold on 1 second.
He pulled up what the elder was speaking on with the Leviathan.
Okay.
The pentagram.
Why?
Oh yeah, the piercing serpent.
Right there. Bam.
That old serpent.
Yep.
Called
Well, I got
devil.
your thumb. It's going around.
Yeah, I
this
got
way.
Yeah,
Yep.
Show them.
crafty bastard, but the Lord sees you. Speaking about how the Lord has his angels and everything, and we get that through the gift, the spirit of Yahawah by Shem Yahushai, man.
Right. Yep. So that makes sense to get Revelation 12.
12
Yeah.
and 7.
Yeah, that's good.
See it.
Revelations 12 and 7. And there was a war in heaven.
War in heaven. Why is there going to be a war in heaven? Because when the Lord returns, these heathen, and it's explained in 2nd Ezra the 13th chapter, they're gonna stop the war of Armageddon to try and fight against the second coming of Yahushua, man. So it was a war in heaven. Go ahead.
It says, war in heaven, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought in his angels.
Who's the dragon? That piercing serpent. Okay, that was talking about the dragon in the first verse. When you go down, it's talking about the Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and what is the Lord coming to return and to destroy? The system of Esau, the beast system, which is which was the ancient Roman Empire, back into its power, man, through the NATO, EU, okay, and Babylon the Great, which they have great military power, and they have things, all right, that they've been had this technology. You see, Esau plays these games. He puts it out in the news like they just now trying to get space army. They've been talking about this. Reagan talked about that. You see what I'm saying? So they're preparing, man. Right now, if you spiritual, if you paying attention to the news and you paying attention to the spirit, you can see this is about to happen, man.
God.
There was a war in heaven. Okay, Michael, go ahead.
Verse 8, and prevail not.
Right.
Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
Right.
It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil.
Right, that old serpent called the devil, man.
Anyways, you said serpent.
Yep.
When you look at NASA, the word NASA is a Hebrew word, nashad, which means to deceive, right?
Yep.
But then when you look up their logo, it's the chevron. It's the serpent's tongue.
Yeah.
See what I mean? That old serpent. That's why that snake worship is heavy amongst Esau. When you walk into the Vatican, it's the head of a snake. They have an auditorium where it's a snake head.
Wow.
You know?
Yes.
It's just evident. They're the old serpent, the old brotherhood, and
Right.
the old politicians, the ones they say if you uttered that name, what's the name? Cooper, behold the pale white horse.
Alex.
Bill Cooper.
Bill Cooper.
William Cooper. Bill Cooper. Yeah, William Cooper. He said, if you dare utter the existence of the brotherhood of the snake or the dragon, the other secret societies fed. That's the oldest one. That's the Catholic Church is everything else. That old serpent, and Esau embraces that.
Man.
And the great dragon that was cast out, the old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
He lost his rulership. But that's going to be done because he's going to lose that war, man. Get Daniel 12:1.
It's that tongue. Wow.
The book of Daniel.
That word for serpent in the Greek is ophis. It said with the ancients, the serpent was an emblem of cunning, all right, of cunning and wisdom. The serpent who deceived Eve was regarded by the Jews as the devil. So our forefathers knew that the serpent was, was the devil, man. All right, a wicked person. And who's that person? It's Esau, man. All right, the man of sin. All right, the anti-Messiah, the adversary of righteousness, man. The children of Satan are you Edomites, and that's who the Lord is returning to take down. He said he's going to swallow up death and the victory. That's going to be primarily to you Edomites getting taken out of power, man. Okay, and giving us the victory through putting the laws in us, man. Go ahead.
Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Mm-hmm. He's a part of the eyes of the Lord.
That's right.
Okay, he's a high up rank under Yahushua in the Lord's army, man. And the Lord's army, all right, the Lord's sword, all right, is his chariots, man. See, human beings got guns, human beings got gats, human beings got tanks, human beings got airplanes. The Lord has a sword in the form of chariots, man. How could you? What are you gonna do against that, man?